Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's Sunday morning. And I was trying to think of what to talk about today, on the 20th of October. And I thought the best thing to talk about is the advice I would give you if you're a younger person. If you're my age, you already know this stuff or have learned it the hard way, maybe. But I think that we should all be on the same page, per se, on relationships, friendships, money. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it, and this is the weekend Sunday, October 20th, 2024. And what am I talking about as far as giving advice to you younger guys? You know, life is what you make of it. You can put in as little or as much effort as you want. And the one thing that I never could figure out when I was younger, because people were telling me you can't do this and you can't do that. And I believed them. Because why wouldn't I believe them? They were my elders. But they were flawed. And what do I mean by flawed? I mean, there's nothing in life you can't do or be successful at if you really want it. And that's the key, is finding your passion. You can't do somebody else's passion. And that means if your father worked in the mines, going into work into the mines is a family tradition thing, is not passion. It's, you only go around once. And I'm telling you right now, excuse me, when I was in my 20s, I owned my own dairy farm and I raised two beautiful kids there. And the one thing that I knew and that I stressed to both of my kids is this is not your dream. This is your mother's and mine. So if you decide you don't want anything to do with farming, I'm okay with that. See, a lot of parents wouldn't tell their kids that. A lot of parents, it's cheap labor, right? And they're hoping that one of their kids will want to take over the family farm in the end. I didn't want to hamstring my kids. I didn't want to tell them that it'd be nice if they were the one to take it over because, we don't have the vision to see out 10, 15, 20 years, do we? And that is, will the farm even exist in 10 years by the time they're old enough? Find what makes you happy. Find the things in life that brings you joy. Because I'm telling you right now, people say, well, you know, you can only be, great at a few things and good at a lot of things. I'm under the understanding that I've found as I've gotten older, because the older I've gotten, the more I realize I don't know. And that's a key. If you're young and you're looking at me for advice, I'm telling you right now, I'm still learning. And if you tell me, well, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, hell, I don't know what I want to be this year, next year. I'm not winging it, but I'm enjoying the ride. And that would be the other thing I would tell you, is enjoy the journey to those things. High school, your teens and your early 20s can be hell week, trying to fit in with everybody. Stop trying to fit in. Find the people that gravitate towards you because they want to be friends with you and not a persona that you're trying to put out there to be popular with the kids. Be yourself. The right people will come to you and want to be your friends if you're yourself. You will attract the wrong people for the wrong reasons if you're trying to be somebody that you're not. So that would be another thing I would tell you is be real. Be you. As quirky and as crazy as you are, be you. And you will find friends that last a lifetime. Because they're quirky and crazy, right? In a good way. I mean, I don't mean taking a cherry bomb and setting off the boys' bathroom like they used to do when I was in school. Try not to be in too big of a hurry to get married. But I'm going to conflict that too at the same time. Is don't pass up on the right person that comes along. And what's a good gauge to know if it's the right person? Can you envision having kids together? Can you envision 40 years from now growing old together? If you could see those two things from the one that you're looking at, then she might be the one. If the one you're looking at is still partying and spending a lot of weekends in the bar, probably not the one that I would, not saying that eventually, I'm just saying that that person is not ready to settle down, is not ready to have kids, and is not looking down the road. They're trying to enjoy the moment. And I see that so often, is that people are enjoying the moment. That's fine. But if you keep trying to relive that same moment over and over and over again, it's not fine. Say no to drugs. You know, a little weed when you're younger, a few drinks when you're underage. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it happens. We know we did it ourselves, and as parents, now grandparents. We know, but we don't want to hear about it, and don't let it happen very often. When it comes to choosing your pathway forward, find something that you can start doing it. Next thing you know, hours have passed by and you're still enjoying doing it. It's called pastimes. Whether that's fly fishing, trout fishing, walleye fishing, trolling, hunting, mountain climbing, skiing, waterboarding. I mean, it's you heard me. It's what you enjoy. See, the last thing you want to do is get older and say, I wish I did this and this and this and this and this. It's called regrets. And people say, well, everybody's got regrets. No, they don't. No, they don't. The ones that have regrets are the ones that never tried. Now, I'm not saying that if you try it, that you're going to succeed. You may fail. But at least you tried. And if you tried, and whether it wasn't your, cup of coffee or what have you, at least you can say, I have no regrets. I tried it. It wasn't for me. and I moved on. Simple as that. Be honest with people. Not brutally honest, just honest. You don't want to tell people things that are going to be hurtful unless in the end you're trying to keep them out of harm's way. People will respect you for being honest. They may not agree with you at all times, but they'll respect you. Because what happens when you tell a lie? Well, then you got to come up with another lie to cover up the first lie. And then another, and then another. And next thing you know, you're in way over your head compared to if you just come clean in the beginning. Understand that any friendship or relationship that you're in, you're going to have arguments and fights. And that's going to be a true test of you and the relationship. And why do I say you? It will tell me right off the bat of whether you took the easy way out, and that is just walking away, or did you dig in your heels and try to find common ground? If you dug in your heels and tried finding common ground, whether it be your friend or your partner or your husband or your wife, and you resolved it, you will be a stronger group together. Trying to solve it on your own will not fix it. When you have two people involved, if you're automatically the fixer, it's not going to work. If the other person goes along with you to pacify you, it's not going to work. It's when you put your both thoughts together and sit down and try to work it out together that works. Don't chase the money. Don't. That money's nice, but it can't buy you happiness. And I know, Amos, what you're going to say. Yes, it does. Well, let me tell you something. If all you concentrated on all your life was making money, and I've seen this so many times, just look at a lot of these fake people. A lot of times, what they're yearning is not the money as success, is what they're yearning. But they equate it to money and property and things. And those things and property and money start coming before anybody else. And you wonder why you got a 70-year-old with a 20-year-old hanging off, dating him. Sure in hell ain't his looks. See, it's got to be, you'll end up lonely. You can have all your things and wallow in it. But if you haven't had anybody to share things together, raise a family together, done things with the kids and then with the grandkids when you get older, you can't take it with you. And when it comes time for you to have a funeral, when you do go, who's coming? Miss Chicky Chick. So, never chase the money. Chase the passion. Chase the journey. You only get to go around once in this world. And you always want to continue learning. Never stop learning. Look at other ideas. Look at other ways people are trying to explain something. Don't be closed off, to my way or the highway. When I was young, that's kind of how I was, my way or the highway. And it could have been a lot better had I let other people involved try to come together and work things out, to make it better. But I figured I knew what I wanted, and that's what I was going to do. Never think you're stupid. I know in my late teens, I went to college, to a community college, and into my first year, my girlfriend slash wife became pregnant, and I needed to change things of how do I get money to provide for my family. So I dropped out and I went to work. And I never thought of myself being smart enough to go to college. But I had the opportunity in my mid-30s to do just that. To try to take it on something that I thought I couldn't do. And not only did I do it, I excelled at it. So never count yourself out. There may be things you have to put off. But if it's something that you really want, you can do it. You can succeed, is what I'm telling you. And I'm going to start wrapping this up. The other thing is faith. Faith in other people and your faith in whatever, I'm not a Bible preaching, pumping. I am to each their own. The Lord giveth choices. We're allowed to have choices, so we're going to make our choices. And I'll be honest with you. When I was younger, I was very involved in church school, and stuff like that, But I had my falling out with God. And I wasn't the church goer, because church is for community. It's not for your faith. This is for community, all right? Togetherness, helping each other out, which is a good thing. But as I got older, I started understanding things, why things happen and why they, not saying that I agreed with it, but I understood it, And I think that he helps me, or she, or aliens, or higher powers, however you want to come up with it. But just knowing that there's someone stronger than myself that I can put things up to, that I can try to work things out, has been a godsend. He's pulled me through a lot of crap. Good crap and bad crap, right? But I think, as we get older, we tend to be more faith-driven, right? But this has been going on for years. And I get a good night's sleep. There's the other. Go to bed at the same time at night. Get up at the same time in the morning. If you're not on any kind of a clock, maybe try my way. It's not going to be the right way. It's going to be my way until you find it to be. But I enjoy mornings. I'm a morning person. I know people that are night birds that have most of their thoughts and things in the middle of the night, right? But I like to watch the sunrise. I love to hear everything coming awake in the morning with the sun coming up. I know it's a lot to take in if you're younger. And some of this stuff you're not going to be able to totally see, but keep it in mind. And we have a lot of older people on this channel. And I'm looking for you guys to also add advice. And for you young guys and gals that are watching the channel, if you have questions about any of what I'm talking about, post it in the comments. I do respond to all comments. So on that note, you guys have a great Sunday. Be real, be yourself, be there, enjoy life. You only get one time around. And have a strong faith is what's going to pull you through.